Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU Audiobooks, Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Interdisciplinary and Transdisciplinary Studies, SOTS, Certificate Postgraduate Certificate Programs, Postgraduate Certificate in Climate Change, PGCCC, MEV 0 to 4 Climate Change Assessment Tools, Block 1 Vulnerability Assessment, Unit 4 Uncertainties in Climate Change Assessment, 4.1 Introduction. Climate change is a potential threat to global food security in the current 21st century. Land use changes, growing population, pollution, and climate change cause multidirectional pressure on agricultural production and food security. We need to double the agricultural food grain production to feed the growing population by the end of this century, on one hand. On the other hand, we have to identify the suitable adaptation and mitigation strategies in agriculture under changing climate. In agricultural system, we have experienced issues such as floods and droughts due to global warming. Minor pest has become major pest. Coconut eriophyte, mites Assyria guerreronis, new pest. Papaya mealy bug Paracoccus marginatus, which is native to Mexico and/or Central America, Miller et al. 1999, and was first described in 1992. This species was first recorded in Tamil Nadu during July 2008 in Coimbatore district, which completely closed almost all tutti frutti made from papaya fruit extract manufacturing industries in and around Coimbatore. The proliferation of weeds which are acting as alternate host for many insect pests and disease also pose severe threats to crop production and productivity, since the agricultural enterprises is fully dependent on weather parameter. Increasing temperature due to climate change will increase evapotranspiration, ET, increase insect pest population by reducing the life cycle, which would reduce the crop yield substantially. The uneven distribution of rainfall also has potential negative effect on agricultural productivity. Quantification of the effects of above said factors on crop production is very complex, and the field experiments, which is time-consuming as well as expensive, demand a comprehensive methods to assess these effects. Hence, the crop simulation model concept has been started during early 1970s. Currently, more than 35 crop simulation models are being potentially used to answer many questions such as research, agricultural productivity, water, productivity, and policy issues under changing climates. Models can be used as a tool for assessing not only the climate change impact, and it can be utilized for identifying appropriate adaptation strategies as well as mitigation options for changing climate. Since the model are developed in terms of mathematical equation based on past and present research and depicting almost natural condition, and as the models are developed by different people for different purpose, evaluating the model is essential, and identifying the uncertainties in model is also important. The model uncertainties evaluation will be done in different stages or in different parameters such as input parameter, process, output, etc. In this unit, we will be discussing the uncertainties in climate change assessment, particularly model uncertainties. 4.2 Objectives. After studying this unit, you should be able to X. Describe crop simulation models and X. Explain the uncertainty and sensitivity analysis. 4.3 Crop simulation models. A crop simulation model is being constructed with robust data at different growth stages by including basic processes, model structure, input and output parameters, and evaluating prediction quality. The model developer has to study the model behavior rather than simply its coherence with given data set. The uncertainty analysis, sensitivity analysis, and their related methods become more useful for the model developer and model user. A crop simulation model for agriculture essentially considers growth and development processes, soil water, carbon, and nitrogen dynamics, and cropist interactions. Further, each and every process is expressed in terms of mathematical equations, and the parameters that are factored in the equations turns out to be influenced by the crop cultivar, crop growth and development, phenology, photosynthesis, transpiration, leaf, area growth, uptake, allocation and redistribution of nitrogen, partitioning, source, sink balance, storage organ numbers, influence of growth factors like water, nitrogen, temperature, flooding and frost stresses on crop growth and development, crop-pest interactions, soil-water balance, root-water uptake, interlayer movement, drainage, evaporation, runoff, ponding, soil nitrogen balance, mineralization, uptake, nitrification, volatilization, interlayer movement, denitrification, leaching, soil organic carbon dynamics including mineralization and immobilization, emissions of greenhouse gases. Uncertainty analysis consists of evaluating both quantitatively the uncertainty and variability in the model components, parameters, input variables, equations for a given situation, and deducing an uncertainty distribution for each output variable rather than a misleading single value. An essential consequence is that it provides methods to assess, for instance, the probability of a response to exceed some threshold. This makes uncertainty analysis a key component of risk analysis. Was 1996. The aim of sensitivity analysis is to determine how sensitive a crop model is giving output with respect to change in model parameters values. For example, carbon dioxide enrichment parameters, if we increase the carbon dioxide and keep all other parameters constant. In C3 crop models such as rice and wheat, the increase in carbon dioxide concentration will increase the yield, since the C3 crops are more responsive for carbon dioxide enrichment when all other parameters are constant. This is called sensitivity analysis. If the model output is not giving increasing yield while increasing carbon dioxide under above said conditions, then the model has uncertainty of simulating the carbon dioxide effects. This is useful as a guiding tool when the model is under development as well as to understand model behavior when it is used for prediction or for decision support. For dynamic models, sensitivity analysis is closely related to the study of error propagation, i.e., the influence that the lack of precision on model input will have on the output. Because uncertainty and sensitivity analysis usually relies on simulations, they are also closely related to the methods associated with computer experiments. A computer experiment is a set of simulation runs designed in order to explore efficiently the model responses when the input varies within given ranges. Sachs et al. 1989, Welch et al. 1992. They aim in computer experiments identified by Koehler and Owen, 1996, include optimization of the model response, visualization of the model behavior, and approximation by a simpler model or estimation of the average variance or probability of the response to exceed some threshold. The crop simulation model with mathematical equations, parameters and input variables which are all subject to uncertainty. The model will be structured based on the functional relationships between input variables, state and rate, and output variables. Parameter values are derived from estimation procedures or sometimes from bibliographic reviews or expert opinion. The variability and inadequacy of historical data will lead to less precision of model parameters. On the other hand, some of the model parameters may also naturally vary from one situation to another. Hence, the uncertainty and natural variability of parameters are the central point of many sensitivity analyses. Ruggett et al. 2002 confirmed that the sensitivity analysis on parameters of the crop simulation model sticks in order to determine the main parameters that need to be estimated precisely. Local sensitivity methods, based on model derivatives with respect to parameters, are commonly used for checking the model parameters. Brun et al. 2001. The variability in a model output are dependent on the values of its input variables. Model developer need to reduce the biasness when measuring or estimating input variables, making predictions from a model, or when using it for decision support. Agarwal, 1995, assessed the implications of uncertainties in crop, soil and weather inputs in the spring wheat by using Dubro's crop model. The three basic sources of models such as model structure, model parameters and input variables are need to be evaluated for model uncertainty. It is advisable often to study these three basic sources' influence on a model simultaneously. Saltelli et al. 2000, and alternative groupings of uncertainty sources may be more adequate. Rossing et al. 1994, for example, distinguished sources that can be controlled by more intensive data collection, model parameter estimates, and uncontrollable sources when predictions are made. Daily temperature, white noise. Ruget et al. 2002, on the other hand, decompose the sensitivity analysis according to Stick's submodules on, e.g., energy conversion, routing or nitrogen absorption. Johnson et al. 1994 advocate to divide uncertainty sources into groups of parameters or input variables which can be considered to be mutually independent. The objectives of model uncertainty and sensitivity are to check dynamic nature of model, that is the variability of output with input variability, to identify influence of different edaphic, climatic and crop parameters on the output, to classify the degree of importance of parameters, i.e., some parameters need to be estimated more accurately and more frequently and some parameters need to be estimated with less frequency, to determine possibility of simplification of the model, and to identify input variables which need to be measured with maximum accuracy and frequency. Some of these above objectives have close links with other methods associated with modeling like model construction, parameter estimation or model use for decision support. 4.3.1 The structure of crop model. The uncertainty will start with the model structure. The selection of mathematical expression and formula construction or calculation of a particular process will play a crucial role. For example, the growth rate of a plant, whether it is exponential, type or logistic or both, and it should be defined precisely. If it is not defined properly, then there will be uncertainty. The number of rate and state variables included in the model and their interrelation among themselves and with outer environment need to be properly defined with accurate mathematical expressions. The redundancy of some parameters will also lead to uncertainty in the modeling. Hence, the redundancy should be strictly avoided to get better precision. The lack of expression of functional relationship among the input and output parameters will also cause uncertainty in the simulation modeling. More specifically, as remarked by Koehler and Owen, 1996, the number of inputs, variables or parameters, the number of outputs and the speed with which the model F can be calculated may vary enormously in applications, and these quantities will obviously play an important role in the objectives of a sensitivity analysis and on the adequacy of the various available methods. Among the methods presented in the sequel, some are adapted to small number of model simulations, e.g. local and one-at-a-time methods, methods based on experimental designs, while others require a large number of simulations, methods based on Monte Carlo sampling, for instance. The computer language and the user interface program also will lead to uncertain. The coding and encoding should be done properly to avoid uncertainty in the programming of a process-based model. If we use economical methods in modeling, a price has to be paid, and this price depends on the main model properties. It may be necessary to select a number of factors smaller than desired, or most interactions between factors may have to be assumed as negligible, or the investigation may be unable to detect model departures from linearity or near-linearity. It follows that some methods are well adapted only if the model is well behaved in some sense, while other methods are more model independent. Saltelli et al. 1999, i.e., more robust to complex model behaviors such as strong nonlinearity, discontinuities, non-monotonicity, or complex interactions between factors. 4.3.2 Input factors, the parameters of a simulation model components which influence the output of the model will be called as input parameter or input factors. Since the input parameters will decide the quality of output in the process-based model, it should be unbiased in nature. An input factor may be either a set of alternative model structures or functional relationships within a submodule of the model, or an uncertain or variable parameter, or an input variable x, I, or a series of several related input variables x, I, e.g., annual series of daily climate variables in a given region. The choice of the input factors depends on the objective of the model's sensitivity analysis. They must include the simulation model components of direct interest in the study. In many cases, the sensitivity of the simulation model with respect to these components is likely to be dependent on additional components. For example, the sensitivity of a crop simulation model with respect to its main parameters is often highly dependent on the values of climate or soil variables. Accordingly, these variables must also be considered for inclusion in the list of input factors. If not, alternatively, separate sensitivity analyses are performed with different modalities of these variables. Sometimes each input variable of the simulation model may or may not be selected as an input factor of the sensitivity analysis. For instance, if a sensitivity analysis is performed for a given soil type, the input variables related to soil can be fixed. In this case, the soil input variables will not be included among the input factors of the sensitivity analysis. The term input factor is further reserved for factors of the sensitivity analysis notation. The number of input factors might be denoted by S and the input factors will be denoted by rupees in order to distinguish them clearly from the model input variables X, I. An input scenario will be defined as a combination of levels R is equal to R1 rupees of the sensitivity input factors. When several input scenarios need to be defined simultaneously, they will be denoted by Rk is equal to Rk1, Rks, with subscript k identifying the scenarios. Whatever the choice of the factors, it is assumed that for each input scenario Z, the other crop model components f, x and are completely determined so that the output f, x can be calculated. We will keep the same notation f to identify the model expressed as a function of input variables f, xor as a function of an input scenario f, r is equal to f, r1, rupees. If the notation and function are not properly written, then the output value will be erroneous and leads to lot of confusion. 4.3.2.1 Uncertainty in input factors. For each and every input factors, the amount of uncertainty needs to be clearly defined. The uncertainty in an input factor can be described in different ways. For a parameter, it is often given as the most likely value plus or minus a given percentage. Or it is specified through a continuous probability distribution over a range of possible values. The uncertainty about climate can either be summarized by series of climatic variable values measured during 10, 20 or 30 years, or be simulated by a climate generator. Richardson, 1981, Raxco et al., 1991. There are three main characteristics that are considered for describing the uncertainty: nominal values, uncertainty domains, and probability distributions. The nominal value are 0 I of an input factor represents the most standard setting of the corresponding model parameter or input variable in the conditions of the study. The control scenario R0 is defined as the input scenario with each input factor fixed at its nominal value. These notions are useful, in particular, for local sensitivity methods. The uncertainty range represents the set of possible values for an input factor, usually x for a parameter m. It is an interval, min-max, j, around the nominal value, representing the uncertainty range of the parameter values based on bibliography, expert opinion, or experimental data. For a quantitative input variable x, I, it represents the range of variation, xmin, I, xmax, I, under the conditions of the study. Alternatively, it can be chosen to reflect the lack of precision when this variable is measured in a given field. For categorical factors, it is a set of modalities representative of the phenomenon under study. For climate series, typically, the domain of variation is a set of recently observed annual series in one or several sites. Except for input factors with a negligible influence on model output, the influence of any given input factor will appear stronger if its uncertainty range is enlarged compared to other factors. Consequently, the uncertainty ranges must be tuned as finely as possible to the objectives and scales of the study. Probability distributions must be specified for the methods of sensitivity analysis based on random sampling. The uniform distribution, which gives equal weight to each value within the uncertainty range, is commonly used in sensitivity analysis when the main objective is to understand the model behavior. In uncertainty analysis, more flexible probability distributions are usually needed to represent the input uncertainty. Practical methods to determine distributions from data or expert opinion are presented in Voss, 1996. Coding of input factors. It often simplifies presentation and calculation when a common uncertainty range is used for all quantitative sensitivity factors. This may be done by coding the levels of the factors so that they vary between 0 and 1. 4.3.3 Input data for validation of the model. The input data for development, calibration, and validation of the model from literature as well as report also has uncertainty of model outputs always during validation and application of the simulation model. Hence, data integrity must be checked before using the data in the development, calibration, validation, and application of the model. 4.3.3.1 Weather and climate data. The weather input file, the format and values always have uncertainty in the simulation modeling. The method of calculation of potential evapotranspiration should also have uncertainty in the modeling, whether the model is going to use Thornthwaite method or Penman-Monteith method or Priestley-Taylor method. This has to be defined very well, otherwise it will lead to lot of confusion in the crop simulation modeling. The weather format used to vary with different simulation model. We need to ascertain the correct weather file format before using it for the crop simulation modeling. As regards the climate change file, while downloading and downscaling of climate file both historical and projected data, care should be taken with latitude and longitude of the particular location. 4.3.3.2 Crop and varietal data. The crop genetic coefficient in the crop simulation modeling will be crucial during model development. The uncertainty in the crop variety coefficient are common in crop simulation models, which can be rectified by growing the crop under no water, nutrient, insect pest and disease stress condition in the field. During the field experiments, the data should be recorded at regular interval of not more than 10 days. If the crop data is incomplete or partial, then the model output shall be erroneous. For example, in an experiment conducted to study the impact of nitrogen level on wheat crop, If the experimental data has only the nitrogen effect without insect, pest and disease incidence, water stress, then the crop data is considered as incomplete. Hence, we need to get the whole data. When we use it for validation, the observed values and simulated values are highly deviated for few treatments, and the validation, the R2 value will be very less for partial or incomplete experimental data. This is a very big uncertainty of the validation model, and researchers used to face this issues often. 4.3.3.3 Soil data, soil type and its structure and texture for the particular location have to be used properly in the simulation models. If not, the model will simulate with erroneous value. Field soil data of 30 centimeters depth will not be used for studying drainage, infiltration and leaching and groundwater status. However, the soil profile studies are required for studying drainage, infiltration and leaching and groundwater status in the studies on soil carbon sequestration, along with soil profile studies. Soil, organic matter, soil carbon in the inorganic pool and total soil carbon are required. 4.3.3.4 Agronomical data, the agronomic practices data such as ploughing, conventional, minimum or no, tillage, puddling, etc., amount of irrigation, methods of application, drip, check, basin, ridges and furrow, sprinkler, etc., and interval, fertilizer types, organic or inorganic, methods of application, broadcasting, incorporation, fertigation, and interval, basil and top dressing, weeding, pesticide spray, pest population, ETL, and EIL should be taken for better calibration and validation of model to rectify the uncertainty of the simulation model output. 4.3.4 Model output parameters. The precision of output parameters of the model will always depend on the quality of input data and different functions of the model. If any difference in the input will lead to uncertain in the output. The functional relationship of different input parameter in the model has to be robustly to get quality output. 4.3.4.1 Phenology, 4.3.4.1.1 Days to germination, to check the model fitness or the deviation from the observed data, uncertainty of the model, the exact days to germination of seeds has to be recorded properly. Most of the time the manual error may occur, which will lead to uncertainty in the model's simulated value and the observed value. Hence, care should be taken to reduce the manual error. 4.3.4.1.2 Days to 50% flowering, the uncertainty may occur while simulating the days to 50% flowering due to underestimation of model than the observed value. This is because of parameterization and functional relations among the parameters in crop simulation model. Sometimes, the exact environmental factor may not be included or expressed in the crop simulation model. The days to 50% flowering is the function of thermal days accumulation, degree days. If the weather file has any missing value in temperature, then it may lead to uncertainty in the simulation of days to 50% flowering. The days to 50% flowering is an important parameter wherein the vegetative phase is going to complete and reproductive period will be starting. If any uncertain in this phase may lead to simulation model to failure for predicting the physiological maturity and yield. Uncertainty in this phase may lead to failure of simulation model for predicting the physiological maturity and yield. 4.3.4.1.3 Days to physiological maturity. Predicting the physiological maturity of the crop is important to predict the yield and dry matter production and partitioning. Physiological maturity is different from harvest maturity. The model has to predict physiological maturity of the crop rather than harvest maturity. Observed data of physiological maturity may lead to uncertainty in the prediction of model. Hence, person has to be trained to take proper data on physiological maturity. This data will be more useful while developing model and reducing model uncertainty for simulating different output 4.3.4.2 growth parameters 4.3.4.2.1 leaf area index. Lay, the uncertainty of predicting leaf area index depends on the functional relations of the leaf area, leaf weight and specific leaf area with other crop, soil and weather parameter. If the model has clear functional relationship among all these factors, then it will lead to low or no uncertainty of simulation model to predict the leaf area index. The leaf area index is most important crop parameter, which will decide amount of photosynthase and its partitioning into different parts of the plant. Hence, this will regulate the whole process of growth and development of crop. 4.3.4.2.2 dry matter production and its partitioning. The dry matter partitioning coefficient will vary with crops. Hence, calculating the partitioning coefficient would be crucial in the model development. Deviations in the partitioning coefficient will lead to model uncertainty in predicting the biological yield and economic yield. 4.3.4.3 Economic yield. The economic yield relies on the above set parameters such as phenology, growth and development of the crop. The functional relationship should be properly written for yield along with all above set parameter including the weather file 4.4 model uncertainty analysis, 4.4.1 statistical analysis. Model performance using the coefficients developed was evaluated by calculating different statistical parameters with coefficient of determination, R2, residual mean, square error, RMSE, Fox, 1981, coefficient of residual mass, CRM, Dindex, Wilmot, 1982, and model efficiency, EF, Kabat et al., 1995 and Singh, et al., 2003. The R2 of conventional statistics was used to estimate the linearity between measured and simulated values. The RMSE describes mean absolute deviation between simulated and observed values. Accuracy of simulation is characterized by lower RMSE. CRM value provides a comparison of the observed and simulated values and gives the ideal value of 0 when observed and predicted values are equal. The D-index value ranging from 0 to 1 is another method of evaluating modeling performance. Model efficiency is another method to evaluate the model in terms of the accuracy of its prediction. It allows negative values and compares the deviation between simulated and observed state variables with the variance of observed values. Maximum value of EF is 1. 4.4.2 sensitivity analysis, calibrated change in temperature and CO2. As a case study, the validated model was tested for its sensitivity to atmospheric CO2 and temperature in scenarios of climate change. The effect of change in temperature and CO2 was studied in rainfed sorghum for gradual increase in CO2, 369, 450, 550 ppm, and temperature 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees Celsius during the entire crop growth period. Weather and agronomic management practices vary considerably in different parts of India, which influences crop growth and yield. So, 6 locations were identified for the study in sorghum growing tract in semi-arid region of the country. The area covered were from south, Coimbatore, Bijapur, Anantapur, to north, Akola, Kota, Gwalior, Boomiraj et.al. 2012, 4.5 case study, Infocrop sorghum, model uncertainty analysis, 4.5.1 phenology. 4.5.1.1 days to 50% flowering, simulated days to 50% flowering were compared with observed data for both normal and late sown crop. The observed flowering duration varied from 50 to 86 days while simulated one ranged from 54 to 92 days. Fig. 4.1. This result showed that the model was able to simulate flowering period reasonably well for all treatments. R2 is equal to 0.75. The RMSE was 3.71 against the mean value of 69.4 days. The maximum error between observed and simulated 50% days to flowering was 9 days with the model efficiency of 0.72, 4.5.1.2 days to physiological maturity. Infocrop sorghum model satisfactorily simulated days to physiological maturity. The observed and simulated values varied from 83 to 129 and 85-131 days, respectively. Simulated number of days to physiological maturity in different agro-ecological zones was also unsatisfactory. R2 is equal to 0.81, Fig 4.1, agreement with the observed value. RMSE value of 3.94 against a mean value of 106.4 day, the index value of 0.96, and model efficiency value of 0.81 showed that the model can simulate the days to maturity reasonably in the different sorghum growing region of India. Furthermore, the maximum difference between observed and simulated days to physiological maturity was 9 days against the mean growing period of 106.4 days, 4.5.2 dry matter production. Simulated values of total biomass of sorghum in different treatments was in good agreement with the corresponding measured values. R2 is equal to 0.96, Fig. 4.2. Observed values of total dry matter varied from 4.84 to 19.73 TH1 in different locations for both irrigated and rain-fed crop, while simulated dry matter yield ranged from 6.91 to 20.08 TH1. The value of model efficiency 0.91, the index 0.97, RMSE 0.91 showed that there was a good agreement between observed and simulated dry matter production of sorghum in different parts of India. 4.5.3 yield. Infocrop model was also validated for simulating sorghum yield for different locations using wide range of yield data for different agronomic management practices, dates of sowing, N level, for both irrigated and rain-fed crop. Observed grain yield of sorghum varied from 1.01 to 6.99 megagrams Ha1, while simulated values ranged from 1.15 to 7.22 megagrams Ha1. The simulated and observed values showed a good agreement. R2 is equal to 0.85, and the estimation error was within the acceptable limits. Fig. 4.2. 4.5.4 Statistical analysis. High R2 values 0.75 to 0.89 indicate good linear agreement between observed and simulated data. In all the cases, the index value was found to be closer to 1. This showed a good simulation by the model. Model efficacy values ranged from 0.75 to 0.96, closer to 1, showing good performance of the model. CRM values ranged from -0.02 to 0.00, showing slight error of underestimation. From the statistical estimates, it is confirmed that Infocrop sorghum model can be used to predict phenology, days to 50% flowering and days to maturity, growth, total dry matter production, and grain yield effectively after calibration of the model defined cultivar-specific coefficient, Table 4.1. Statistical estimates for the comparison of observed and simulated parameters. Look at the screen. 4.5.5 Sensitivity analysis. Simulated yield showed that the sorghum crop is little sensitive to rise in temperature and CO2. In all 5 regions, increasing temperature reduced sorghum grain yield, while increasing CO2 concentration increased yield of the crop. Increase in CO2 from 369 to 550 ppm with no change in temperature has resulted in 0.9 to 2.7% increase in yield of rain-fed Kharif sorghum across different regions. This is because the C4 crops response is low against CO2 compared to C3 crops. The positive yield response of sorghum to elevated carbon dioxide was due to little increase in photosynthetic activity. But the little positive effect of increase in CO2 concentration was nullified by temperature rise. Under rain-fed condition, the grain yield dropped steeply with rise in temperature from 1 to 50. C in Gwalior, 5.9 to 34.9%, Coimbatore, 5.0 to 31.3%, Bijapur, 5.0 to 27.4%, Akola, 1.4 to 22.4%, and comparatively less in Anantapur, 2.7 to 15.4%, and Kota, 2.1 to 13.3%, irrespective of increase in CO2 concentration. Fig. 4.3, Boomiraj et al. 2012. Sorghum crop would also be vulnerable to temperature rise in all selected SAT location in India. Further rise in temperature in this location would cause substantial yield reduction in this crop. Rise in atmospheric temperature reduced leaf area, index, grain number as well as weight of grains, which was in turn reflected in yield of the crop. The sensitivity response of the model to CO2 and temperature changes followed the various experimental results obtained from climate change studies in crops. Similar results were reported by earlier workers, Kimball, 1983, Mishra et al., 1999 and Apriti, 2003, who found that increase in CO2 concentration leads to changes in crop physiological processes, hence affecting crop yield. According to Rotter and Van de Gegen, 1999, and Jacobs and De Bruyn, 1992, rise in CO2 accompanied by temperature increase might decrease plant growth and increase transpiration rate, causing crop yield reduction. Agarwal, et al., 2006b, also reported that yield reduction in rice and wheat crop is attributed to reduction in leaf area index and grain number with rise in temperature. 4.6 Summary: the uncertainty of simulation is unavoidable, but the error can be checked when we plan well in advance with interdisciplinary approaches and by incorporating all the parameters, input and output, and clearly stating the rate and state variable and its relationship among themselves and other parameter. The functional relationship has to be linked in all dependent parameter, and prioritization of the parameters has to be done properly to avoid uncertainty in the model development process. During evaluation, calibration and validation of the model, care should be taken in the functional relations of the different rate and state variables. The uncertainty in the model application will be checked with scale of downloading of climate data with proper software and proper source. The verification of the climate data set should also be done regularly with historical data. The field crop data has to be validated then and there for reducing risk of model uncertainty while using crop simulation model. Basic agricultural science background is needed, along with physiological and biochemical knowledge to find out the uncertainty and to rectify the identified uncertainty of the simulation model in climate change and other crop-related studies. Thank you. Subscribe to our channel for more updates, and we will see you with the next chapter.